Look, if you're a focused learner trying to streamline your content creation, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're tackling a massive challenge that pretty much every brand, marketer, and creator is facing right now, and that is, how do you scale high-quality video content without completely burning through your time, your patience, and of course, your budget? We're going to look at a platform that promises to completely revolutionize this whole process. Okay, let's dive into this.
I want you to imagine this for a second. What if making your video ads took exactly 60 seconds? Seriously, just imagine replacing those agonizingly slow, incredibly expensive video production workflows, the endless shooting, the editing, the reshooting, with a system that's essentially instant and automated. If you're a marketer or an e-commerce founder, you already know the absolute pain of needing fresh, engaging video creatives week in and week out just to keep your sales moving. The demand is just relentless, isn't it?
And really, that brings us to the core of the problem. Traditional video production is just way too slow and way too expensive. But it doesn't stop there. Even if you've tried leaning into some of the early AI video tools to speed things up, you've probably hit a wall. Traditional AI tools usually come with a massive learning curve, and the output? Well, it usually ends up looking like a stiff, boring corporate training module. It completely lacks that authentic, casual feel that actually gets people to stop scrolling. And that just means you end up burning through your precious ad budget on videos that literally nobody wants to watch.
Section 1. Meet your solution, Jogg AI.
So Jogg AI is a comprehensive video platform, but I want to be clear, it's not just another generic video editor. It instantly transforms simple links, text, and basic assets into highly engaging, hyper-realistic, user-generated content, or UGC-style avatar videos. It is specifically engineered from the ground up for direct-to-consumer brands, social media creators, and modern advertisers who really need content that feels completely native to platforms like TikTok and Instagram Reels.
And this brilliantly illustrates the killer feature here, which is the completely frictionless workflow. Just look at these 3 steps. Step 1, you literally just paste a product URL straight from your Shopify or Amazon store. Step 2, the AI automatically scrapes the page for your product details, photos, and pricing. It auto-generates a script and then lets you pick an AI avatar. Step 3, you export your full video. It is ridiculously easy to turn a static product page into a dynamic, polished talking head ad in just a few minutes. There's no manual writing and no stitching tiny clips together.
Section 2. Game-changing AI features.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer incredible depth of what you actually get under one roof here. Obviously, you have the URL to video and product quick ads, which are total game changers on their own, but you also have talking photos, face swap, and this awesome ability to turn podcasts into videos. You get over 10,000 AI voices along with voice cloning. But I really want you to look at that last bullet point. You get integrated access to flagship cinematic video generation models like VO3 and Seedens 2.0. That means with higher tiers of Jogg AI, you don't need some separate expensive subscription to other platforms just to get top-tier cinematic B-roll. It is all beautifully bundled together for you.
Section 3. Jogg AI versus the competition.
Okay, let's do a quick comparison. While HeyGen is a fantastic tool in its own right, its true strengths lie in corporate training and agency work. It definitely favors landscape formats and formal studio-style professional avatars. Jogg AI, on the other hand, leans heavily into portrait mode, hyper-realistic UGC avatars. Its whole vibe is super casual and completely social media ready. This right here is exactly why e-commerce marketers are flocking to Jogg. They don't want an avatar that looks like it's presenting a quarterly earnings report to a board of directors. They want an avatar that looks like a real, everyday person reviewing a product on their phone.
Now, when we actually look at video runtime, HeyGen does take the win for sheer length, maxing out at 30 minutes, whereas Jogg AI caps at 15 minutes. But let's be real about the actual use case here. If you are making a boring 30-minute HR compliance video, then sure, you absolutely need that length. But if you're trying to drive actual sales and engagement online, those high-converting TikToks, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts rarely exceed a couple of minutes anyway. So for the modern ad landscape, Jogg AI's 15-minute cap is more than enough space to work with.
And this logic really seals the deal, especially for solo creators. On the left side, with legacy tools like HeyGen, you're very often facing tedious manual scripting and asset stitching. You basically have to bring all the pieces to the puzzle yourself. On the right, Jogg AI gives you batch mode and auto-scripting directly from simple links. It entirely eliminates the friction of manual editing, which allows one single person to pump out multiple variations of a highly polished ad in just a fraction of the time.
Section 4. Real users, real results.
Over 7,000 e-commerce sellers are already trusting Jogg AI to handle their ad creative. I mean, that is a massive footprint for a platform that has really positioned itself as the agile newcomer.
So the crucial point is perfectly summarized right here by Kevin, a verified AppSimo buyer. He points out that taking a simple URL and turning it into a full video with a lifelike avatar is just a huge time saver. And honestly, more importantly, he notes that older, legacy tools have pricing that just adds up way too quickly, especially when you are trying to produce content at scale. Real users are making the switch because Jogg AI protects their time and completely slashes their production expenses.
And here is another verified review highlighting exactly what we've been talking about. It's perfect for e-commerce. My first video took 15 minutes. If you have ever stared at a blank screen trying to figure out how to storyboard a product ad, you know exactly how valuable this is. Jogg AI completely cures those blank screen struggles, getting you from a simple idea, or really just a store link, to a polished, ready-to-post asset instantly.
Section 5. Claim the best price. So, the entry point for their starter plan is a highly accessible $29 a month. That price point includes watermark removal, access to those incredibly valuable URL to video features we talked about, and the ability to start generating professional-grade content immediately without having to drop a massive upfront investment.
Let's move to and see how this builds when you start looking at the bigger picture. If you are willing to commit, the savings become massive. Right now, annual plans slash the price by over 50%. This brings the effective monthly cost down to roughly $15 to $36 depending on the tier you choose. At that price, getting access to top-tier AI avatars, auto-scripting, and flagship models like VO3 makes Jogg AI a true budget-friendly powerhouse for absolutely any brand.
So the big question is, are you ready to stop burning your money on traditional ad production and start scaling your video content in just 60 seconds? The landscape of content creation is moving at light speed right now. Will you adapt, or are you going to be left behind staring at rendering timelines? If you are a focused learner who wants to execute faster and smarter, you absolutely need to check this out. Click the link in the description down below right now to lock in the absolute best price on Jogg AI.